right, weirdos. I think we're live. Live. If you're out there in the ether, let me know if you guys can hear and see me. Well, it's another Monday, or no, Monday. What the hell? Wednesday. It's another Wednesday for an episode of not shit on my table. What is it? It's Weird War Wednesday. Duh. Getting old, guys. Can't remember what fucking show I'm on. Thought I'd get some hobbying in here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let's see here. So, if you guys have been watching the videos, I've been painting like a mad, or I've been printing like a madman. Print. So it's time for me to get some paint on some of the shit. So, having tons of fun though doing it, man. And this 3D printing thing is amaze balls. I mean, it is a whole nother world. I'm telling you. Something else. If you guys do not have a printer, I suggest you guys get one. It's almost like at this point, it's almost like buying a fucking airbrush or paintbrush. I mean, it's like, especially if you guys are, techno savvy in some way, shit. You guys can be, the skill of, my buddy Adam over at Wargaming China. He's a madman when it comes to scratch building, dude. He's amazing. He just gets a piece of wood or a piece of sheet styrene or some shit, and he goes crazy. And it's fucking amazing. But now, we got fucking computers to do a lot of this shit now too. So if if you guys can do 3D art or 3D design or whatever it is, try your hand at doing some STLs, dude. It's the new way to scratch build and whatnot. Round it off. Sometimes these I think I might have a dead space in my printer. It seems to there's this one corner of the build that tends to get not quite work right. Sometimes it doesn't quite print right. But I've checked the there's a way to check to see if the light, whatever it uses to, print the shit. Try not to inhale this shit. But yeah, but there's a way to check it, and it seems like it's okay. Or at least it's, man, I wish I had a heavy duty. Get rid of a lot of my tools and shit over the years. Don't have a garage anymore and shit. We don't have got zero space in the house to store shit. And when I moved, when I got divorced a long time ago, I had, it was just me and my kids, and man, I had a house full of fucking massive, 3,000 square foot house full of shit I could not take with me. So I had to really size down at that time. And a lot of that was have to get rid of all my tools, a lot of my tools, all my power tools. And then I had tons of power tools. But shit. What was more important was beds for my kids and some fucking clothes for everybody, and so shit. Just like anything, guys. It's like I used to have an arcade, a bunch of arcade games, pinball machines, comic book collection. That shit's all gone. But it's just shit. If you want it bad enough, you can always get it again, I guess. Hope you guys are gearing up for your Christmas. We're all starting to feel kind of sick over here. One of my daughters, there's a bunch of COVID going on in her office, so we might be ending up postponing Christmas another week. Because my son has a compromised immune system, guys, and I gotta whatever we do, we gotta be careful that we don't bring, if we can, not bring something home, home to him, because he does not do well getting sick. It's nothing different. It's just like, there's always somebody in the family that has, you love them and you just make those concessions. Shit. It's not Christmas without those folks. So, shit. Christmas is whenever you want it. Doesn't have to be a specific day if you don't want it to. All right. So I know Mini Warmack's got his painting challenge coming up next month, and I pulled out a whole bunch of shit that I'm gonna paint up. So I think I'll go ahead and show you guys like what I got planned. So let me see if I can get this done right. So all this in this box is what I plan on painting for that challenge. There's a bunch of Mego in there, some superheroes and supervillains, some weird World War II stuff, monsters. There's like a bunch of animals too, like camels and pigs, oxes, bears. There's some werewolves in there, some mimics, some just weird monsters. So yeah, so it should be fun. And I think I'm gonna paint up some of these. I printed up a bunch of furniture too, because shit. Sometimes you want to do. Hey man, what's up, man? I was just talking about you, Adam. I was talking about how badass you are in scratch building and kit building and stuff. And I was telling folks, if they have any skills in like 3D modeling or like 3D design or painting or whatever, you can pretty much do that shit. Make those STL files and print it up on a printer. So it's crazy. It'll be another skill in the hobby, man. It'll be, it's like you're like, let's say in Adam's case, Adam, he depicts the various battles between China and Japan during 1931 to 45. And so like, let's say if he was if he was like a computer guy, if he needed a certain kind of like, he's big into like showcasing like vehicles that a lot of people might not know about, and he could like create that on his computer, and then he could just print it up on his fucking on his printer. But he still does it the old-fashioned way with like getting a base of like a matchbox and then like building around it with like cardstock and wood and all sorts of shit. It's pretty amazing. You guys go check it out. Can you hear me, Adam? Let me know if you guys can hear me. You guys are silent. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can hear me. Good. Yeah, man. It's like, I'm telling you, it's, it's just like anything. It's like this 3D printing stuff. It's like another, like if you can make those, if you can do the design, it's like another skill. It's like some people, can do those scratch building. Like it's amazing. Like, I'll watch these videos of like guys scratch building like the con tower of like the USS Enterprise and like something insane. And it's like, of course, it's like his entire driveway in his house, but and they're just doing it like out of the skill. They're machinists, or they're woodsmen or carpenters or whatever it is, and it's fucking amazing. But you just got to think about, like, everything that's created is created by somebody. You know what I mean? All these crazy machines we got, all the fucking, all those engineers that do that shit, the machines that make machines. I mean, fuck, everything is crafted by some, crazy talented son of a bitch, or daughter of a bitch. I don't want to get canceled now. You daughters of bitches are just as welcome. So, but yeah. What's going on outside, guys? I know what's going on. People putting this shit up or something. But yeah. So what do you got going on, Adam? I heard it's been hot down there. We got a buddy, we got a buddy James down there. James L, I believe is what we call him. He lives in Sydney as well. He's a big historical gamer as well. I think he's more. I don't know. He's a 28 millimeter guy. So he's still good. He's still one of the good ones. But yeah, so Adam, I've been printing up all this shit, right? What? You're painting 28 mil? Oh shit, that's how it starts, dude. Start painting up for a buddy, then a friend, and then your neighbor. And next thing you know, you're gaming with them all at 28 millimeter. Oh, it's raining? Well, that's good. Probably get some relief from all that heat. I'm sure it's down there. It's just like Texas, man. When that rain hits the ground, it just turns into steam. So, but yeah. So, have you thought about doing a painting challenge, dude? We were talking about on your channel. Maybe do like a paint, like a group build or some shit. That would be cool. Something like something in the PTO, or even just like you should make it just in in China. Some point, some conflict, in China during that time period, or just vehicles or troops or anything. That'd be pretty cool. Might bring a or even like make a specific vehicle. Like, okay, we're gonna do armored cars used in mainland China during those years. So people would be like hard pressed to figure out where to get something like that, and then like learn about it and see what kind of armored cars there were out there or something. That'd be cool. Oh, a boat build. Oh, damn. Man, boats. Ooh, boats are kind of out of my scale. But I meant, like a landing craft, or hell, would you count one of those like those amphibious tanks with the Chai High, or I can't remember what that was called. The one that has like the flotation thing. Hell, there's even that one. There's that APC that had those it carried two long lance torpedoes like on either side of it. Just in case, when they're heading on onto the beach, they'll just shoot those torpedoes and sink a tank. Yeah, that'd be cool. Armored car would be sweet. Do that, dude. Put it together. I'll help you. I've got some It's kind of, the Chinese, you can, a lot of people can use like some German early war German stuff for the Chinese, right? So like with the 222s, I think we made it 231s or 221s made it out there. 221s and 222s made it out there. If I remember correctly. But and then you can do like hell a lot of the would you consider like the those British light tanks was the oh shit, what was it called? The those little Harrington little tanks. Would those be considered uh, armored cars? Oh, you found some new ones? Oh shit, some ones you never heard of? Oh damn. Oh shit, guys, hold on a second. That's my phone, dude. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I gotta get this. All right, I'm back. Ugh. I don't know. I mean, 221s into a tank. No, the 221 and 222s. Those are those four wheeled, those light armored cars with the the open. The 221 has that open kind of open crew compartment. It's just got like an MG, but the 222's got that. It's got like that turreted with an autocannon and an LMG, and it's got like that. It's got like that grenade mesh or whatever on it. That's the 222s. Was it Harrington? Carrington? Shit, I can't remember. They have the British, and then you can even have like the Japan or the Italians were selling those little tankettes over there. Would you consider a tankette an armor car? Probably not. Yeah, yeah. I've got one of those what are those British armored cars? The kind of like with a round like the round turret, and it's got like two like Vickers. There you go. Mormon Harrington. Yeah. Oh, that's out of the US. Oh shit, I thought those were British. I know that the Americans called some of their light tanks combat cars. Like was it the M2 light tank? Was called a combat car. Those are pretty much out of date when the war started. I think, I want to say, the Japanese they fought in the Philippines when the initial Philippines campaign when the Japs were trucks, yeah. Oh help, armored cars of China. You could pretty much just like all you kit builders out there can just grab a chassis of some early war truck and just make a fucking armor car out of it, and it'd probably be an actual Chinese, armor car somewhere. Some warlord commissioned some, local local garage. Hey man, we need like three armor cars, or we'll give you a bunch of money. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, guys. If you swing over to Adam's channel, he's particular. He's very detailed. The man is very detailed, and he knows his shit. So if you want to know, if you want to familiarize yourself with a campaign that is, woefully, agonizingly not represented well in Western history books and entertainment. No, hell, even the Chinese entertainment nowadays, shit, it's not accurate. It's, it's slanted through the lens of the commie. party. So a lot of those, authentic, um, facts kind of get lost in the minutia of political bullshit. Not easy. Yeah, I read that. I've read that. I mean, although didn't China have? I mean, they had like raw materials, but they just didn't have any industry to like excavate it and extract it. Right? I want to say that I read that there's lots of shit in China, but they just didn't have the technological base and money to get a lot of that stuff out of the ground or whatever, just because all the crazy shit. Assembly set in the Korean. I watched a Korean War movie yesterday. Um, I watched Battle Hymn. It's pretty good with what was it? Shit, I can't remember the fucking name. Yeah, No Good Steel. Yeah, I guess that's like that. I mean, I guess there's varying. It's funny. On YouTube. You might have sent me this too. I can't remember if you sent this to me or not. But what it was a guy. Like I used to, a geotechnical firm. We had these compression machines that would crush concrete to give when it failed, whatever. Well, this guy was doing like metal, and he had a cylinder of 1940s hardened steel, right? And then he had a 2020 hardened steel, same size, same weight, everything, right? And dude, the modern steel was like way better. I mean, like the uh the 30s steel or 40s steel failed, you know, just kind of broke apart, popped, whatever, at a decent. But when the 2000 whatever steel failed, holy, it blew up the machine. It like when the whole place, the whole building, like was knocked over or some shit. It was nuts, man. It was like boom. It was wild, but it was showing it's still steel. It's exact, it's steel at the same dimensions and the same weight and the same whatever, but it's just varying quality of steel. So that's pretty interesting. I'll have to find that. If you're interested, I'll try to find that video in my history and see if you might. It's just cool to see how the refining of all this shit has been improved, or even like the formula and how they get it all to work and stuff is different now, better. Well, I say better. I don't know. I guess it could vary. Metallurgy. That's it. Metallurgy. It's pretty fascinating what this guy was doing. He has his whole channel is basically that, him crushing shit. Have you ever seen those there's those videos where they have those at the dumps they have those like churners, that like crushers, just these big wheels that just churn shit, and they're throwing like cars in there, they're throwing like engine blocks in this thing, and this thing is just like just crushing this metal and all this shit. It's cool. It's pretty fascinating to watch, just seeing this massive this grinder just crushing all this stuff you would never think to like it could ever be smashed. Those are pretty fun. I enjoy watching those. It's kind of like those some people listen to those like the waterfalls and all that shit. This is like I get nice and mellowed out when I watch that kind of shit. It's pretty fun. And so what do you paint? You said you were are you working on those armor cars? What are the armor cars called? Can you reveal that, or do you need to keep it hush hush so no one can jump beat you to the punch? So Adam was the first guy I knew that told me, like, when he does his research, he also checks out the insurance companies, right, of the day. I'm like, insurance, what the fuck? And I've just today, a bunch of insurance companies, like sea vessel insurance companies, are pulling their insurance clauses if ships go through the Red Sea. And I'm like, there's something to say about that, guys. It's like follow the money. Like the tonnage lost, or people are filing claims, insurance claims, and shit. If a vessel gets sunk, you know, there'll be some sort of paperwork for it because someone wants to get paid for it, or reimbursed for it or something. So pretty interesting. I never would have thought of that. And go through that side. So all you amateur historians out there, if you're try to find some insurance documentation for the time or whatever. So it's pretty cool. Crafty, clever girl, clever mate, clever mate. What am I looking for? Yeah, I printed up some little bookcases here. Little bookcases. Paint those up. Use those for. I need to finish. I finished my aero sands. There's like basically a swamp boat, but with skis. Got these. I gotta finish up the cruise though. These are pretty cool. Got 3 of those for my Soviets. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else deploy those in World War II. The only other like Sub-Zero people would be like the Finns, but I don't think the Finns didn't have a huge industrial base, right? So they didn't make any indigenous fucking vehicles really. It was all kind of they bought outside of their own country. Hey, nerd, what's up? Oh, nerd, I want you to meet Adam from Wargaming China. Wargaming China, Adam. This is a nerd's nerd. She does a lot of. She's kind of like you, but she's on the computer side. She does all these conversions and shit of like of computer files, and makes her own vehicles. A nerd, Adam, like actually, he's like a big World War II guy, and his forte is Asia, China during the war, and he like finds all this crazy just shit you never even heard of, and he like scratch builds like armored cars and tanks and trucks and shit of the day that are like really rare and stuff. But he does it like unlike like you do the computer stuff. He does like he gets like wood and metal and card stock and stuff. It's pretty amazing. Go check out his shit. You might get a kick at it because you're kind of like a converter too. So I think you guys would hit it off pretty good talking about just like ideas of like how you guys convert or whatever. Nerd's a big weird World War II girl, but she's a big World War II nut too. So and again, Adam has all this fucking crazy shit you never heard of, like like armored cars that they made like 3 of, but they look cool. They're awesome looking. But yeah, it's got a cool channel. Yep. Let me see. I think we do some. I guess I should work on these damn Soviets here. The Soviets. So, what branch do you think would be mounted in these sleds? Do you think that'd be like recon, or would that be like with the NKFD or NKVD, like the security troops? Because I'm at the point where I need to paint like the collars on these guys. I might make them NKVDs. That makes sense. They're like patrolling and shit. That probably makes sense. NKVD. That's an NKVD. It's hard to say all those acronyms, guys. So I'm working on. So my computer's fucked. So I'm using a monitor I have. I hooked it up to my laptop, so it's still kind of weird. Yeah, there you go. Recon. I'm trying to think. The Soviets are a little different because hell, their TO&E and all that shit changed so damn. Well, to be fair, everybody's TO&E changed pretty often in World War II, just due to the loss of personnel and equipment and campaigns and all that shit. So, I mean, that's understandable. Yeah, I don't. Do the Soviets even have light infantry? I think it was like they had like guys that got on top of tanks, and then they had like that's it. No, they had normal infantry. Yeah, man, I would not want to be one of those tank riders, dude. Fuck that. I mean, and they weren't stopping, guys. They weren't like this isn't like the Germans, just riding on tanks as like a truck. And they jump off pretty far from the front. No, these damn tanks were like all those T guys riding on those T-34s were like in the battle. Those T-34s were like getting shot at and shooting while those dudes were sitting on the back. And I'm like, fuck, that's crazy. But man, when there's a whip, there's a way, right? Shit. Yeah, it's true. That's crazy. Just amazing just what was expected, of these men and women in this combat. It's nothing like, I'm not an army guy, so I do all this in the safety of my armchair, and I respect those who are up in front in the mud and the blood. But whoo, man, that's some rough shit. Different level of desperation back in those days. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the Soviets, man, shit, it is crazy. All the partisan movements across Eastern Europe and hell, even in France, and pretty wild. The flux that was going on during the war, after war, before the war, it's crazy. Yeah, I just it's so wild because we live in this world where if you're looking at like the Middle East right now and in Gaza, moaning to Israel about they should be more careful, in conducting their war. And listen, I want to get political. I think those people, a lot of those people are fucking suffering by both parties, right? They're in the middle of it. But it's like these fucking news fucking suffering by both parties, right? They're in the middle of it. But it's like these fucking news agents think that like everything is a laser guided weapon and everything is precise. And it's just like, dude, this is like fucking war. You know, it's not like that. Even like precise munitions are going to cause fucking damage to the areas around it. It's just like they're just so just fucking stupid thinking that these weapons could go exactly what they want to hit and only only affect that thing that they hit. It's just not. It's fucking crazy. Fuck. Back in the day, they just carpet bombed the whole goddamn place. It's kind of what they're doing right now, though. To be honest with you, like I feel for those folks. Whew, all of them, everybody. The only war I want to do is on the tabletop, and all these guys come back to life after we play. So, I wish that on nobody. Wish it on nobody. But yeah, so I watched that movie Battle Hymn with Rock Hudson. And I guess it was based on a true story. I guess some US flyer like accidentally had bombed a orphanage during World War II, and it broke him pretty hard. And he went home, and he became like a pastor, trying to make up for what he did, and he realized that he wasn't that good of a pastor. And I guess he was approached by the U.S. Air or Army to go to Korea and and train ROC pilots, right? And like I guess they had P-51s here, like for ground support. And so he goes to again, this is like a real story. He goes to Korea and he sets up this base or whatever. And then what happens is he ends up unofficially starting a war orphanage, right? Because all these war orphans show up at the base like looking for food, going through their trash and garbage and all that stuff. And he's like, well, let's feed these kids. And then the news gets out, and more and more kids show up, more people show up. And then I guess a North Korean infiltrator acting as like a mother of one of these kids snuck in and luckily was going to blow up the ammo dump, but she was stopped before that. But then because of that, they had to close the base down, and he ended up like making an orphanage outside of the outside of town or whatever. And then when the later in the war, when the lines were faltering and the UN was going backwards, he ended up like moving like almost 400 fucking orphans like out of danger. I'm like, that's pretty wild, dude. In a war zone, taking care of 400 kids. My God. And then it's just so sad to think 400, there was 400 orphans. Man, that's rough. Good flick. I mean, it's not like anything like exceptional or whatever, but it's a good watch. Korea, just in general, Korea is that the Forgotten War or whatnot. But surprisingly, there was quite a few movies made about during Korea. But you don't hear a lot about many of them or any of them. To be honest with you. Steel Helmet is a good one too. I think that's a Korean War one too. That's like just about some like infantry troops. It's like Hard Sergeant. And then there's oh man, there's what's the big one? I think that had Cary. Oh shit, man, my brain. If you guys are interested in war movies, go to my blog, WWII.com. I got over 800 different movie entries there. And I include, it's everything from 1930s to 1950s. So I include the Korean conflict in those movies. So it's like I kind of include the Korean War in my Weird World War II. So they pretty much use the same equipment, pretty much the same belligerents were around, except the ideologies finally came to the commies. But Korea's an interesting conflict. I guess, but technically it's still going on, right? There's just like an armistice between whatever. It's interesting. I was doing some research on the Soviets, right? Me. Although it's weird war, I like to temper it all in like realistic World War II, right? And oh, The Hill, yeah, that's a good one. The Hamburger, not is it Hamburger Hill? Yeah, that had like a bunch of stars in that one, didn't it? Where like they're it's like what is it? It's like the UN or the diplomacy talks are going on right at that time, and then like there's all these big pushes to try to gain more ground before the talks are over. So they're just fucking dudes dying for no fucking reason, man. It's fucking shitty. And I think the UN guys knew that the talks were in order, but shit. The Koreans and the Chinese, that no one, they're not being told any of that shit. They're just thinking the war's still full blown going. Oh, a hill in Korea. I might be thinking of this different thing. Is that the black and white one? Adam, is that the one where like they're in the trenches on top of the hill, and it keeps changing like hands? This big old like Chinese like meat, yeah. This big Chinese meat wave attacks, just like you hear the horn blow, and then there's just a million fucking Chinese running up the fucking hill. Jesus, oh man, couldn't imagine. Could not imagine the horror that all those. I watched some. Our pal. Oh God, what's his name? Mark Felton did a video of like, I guess there was an instance where there was some like Korean, like some North Korean infantry unit was like found when they were, they're all dead, but they're all frozen like in place, like they're almost like standing, right? They're like completely frozen in place. And it looks like they were just like flash frozen, because they're almost like they're just sitting there standing ready, ready to fight, or sitting there preparing to battle. I never heard of that one. I'm like, what? That could be, that could be cool, like a weird World War II story where some sort of weird Twilight Zone kind of thing happened, or like there's some American secret weapon that was deployed. Maybe like a superhero, like a frozen superhero, but died during the battle and was never able to use his powers again because he was dead or something. That'd be kind of cool. Now, again, if there's anybody listening, don't pull any bullshit like, oh, we should. I'm not fucking besmirching anybody who might have passed away in conflict. Okay. Don't give me that fucking bullshit. Because trust me, I've heard it before. This is a gaming channel. And a fucking grindhouse game at that, so I'm hearing your shit. There's supposed to be a new World War II movie coming down the pipe soon about the Eighth Air Force. Kind of interesting to see that. I guess it's been having some really bad like production problems for the last. I guess it's been kind of sitting in limbo for a while, so that's never good. Not too many good war movies. Like I saw that what was that one with Tom Hanks when COVID hit? He was like a destroyer, like he was escorting the northern convoys. That was pretty good. Greyhound or something like that. I enjoyed that. I me being naive to naval combat. I mean, I'm curious to. I mean, I thought the combat seemed pretty exciting. So I don't know if that was realistic or not, but I enjoyed the movie. Ooh, Under a Dark Sun. That's a good one. Oh, the Wild Geese. Right on. Legion of the Damned. Is that French Foreign Legion one with Errol Flynn? Wild Geese is cool. Under a Dark Sun's pretty dark. If it's what I'm thinking it is. Man, I've seen so many fucking movies. I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of it melds in together. Is that one? Which one was that one? Oh, Vincent Price. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was. There was quite a few pretty good French Foreign Legion movies, like in the 30s and 40s. There's surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but there was a couple good Italian, like fascist Italian movies during that time that was kind of in the same vein. You know, it was like when they were in Ethiopia and all that shit. God, I can't remember what it was called. He was like a pilot. It's kind of like a bush pilot kind of dude. Can't remember the hell it's called. Again, shit. Again, I mean, I did a movie review. I watched it and did a movie review of it on my blog, but of course, can't fucking remember anything, any names anymore. God, I'm getting old, guys. Like, fucking memories for shit. I'll be honest with you. A lot of times, I'll be like, you know, I'll be doing World War II shit, and I'll still have to refresh because I'm like, I used to know all this shit just perfectly, but now as I get a little bit older, I'm just like, what? Okay, which one was that? Which guy was that? Where was that again? Getting old ain't for pussies. All right, man. Adam, good to see you, buddy. We'll meet up this weekend, dude. I don't think I have anything going on. We'll try to connect this weekend and chat. All right, man. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, nerd. Be sure to check out Adam's. I'll have to let me put a link up there real quick so you guys can check out him shit. It's good stuff, man. Let me find it here. Wargaming China is the channel. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. I guess everybody's like losing their mind about all this. I swear, I watched like one video about like, you know, some entertainment or some shit. Now my fucking is just chucked full of Disney is stupid and marbles are dumb, and I'm just like, oh god, okay. Let's see here. You're on the bottom of the list, right by me, dude. We're giving China and Weird World War II. All right. Oh, cool, nerd. I think you get a kick out of it. It's pretty cool. He really goes into depth about all the like cool shit that's going down. It's so wild because China was like, you know, again, it didn't really have its own internal industrial base. So it was, you know, and it was like, you know, warlords and, you know, the KMT and the CC or CCP or communist, yeah, CCP, shit. And then whoever else was laying around, there was like all these different loyalties and who was fighting with who. And one guy died and someone else took over, and then the Muslims were doing their own thing, and then the Christians are doing their own. It's just like a mess, man. And then with all that, you had like, you know, the Western powers in there, and you had all fucking Japan, you know, just gobbling up fucking you know, gobbling up shit. But yeah, the whole continent, the whole country was a fucking powder keg. And when it finally did pop, dude, boy, did it pop. And it was bloody. It was bloody. Crusades? No, we're Mac. We're talking about World War II China from like 1931 to 45 is when the Japanese were involved. Yeah, just a mess, man. After World War One, you know, they kind of a bunch of their shit got chopped up, and Western powers kind of took over parts of it, and Japan, and you know, also just fucking man, the warlords are in play, and KMT was technically in charge, but you know, you're not in charge unless you can back that up with, you know, force and whatnot. So yeah, it was rough. It was not a good time for. And then like right after World War II, it's so fucked up. So like the the CCP, they they kind of disappear. There it was so weird because so there's you had the KMT, which is like Chiang Kai Shek, right, and then you had the commies, the CCP, and then like Shek would say, "Hey, we need your help," doing this. I'm like, "Yeah, well, we'll be there," but they don't show, and they kind of retreated. I mean, not saying that they didn't show. Don't get me wrong. The communists did show their face at times, and fought for China, but for the most part, they kind of melted into the interior and kind of bided their time while the KMT was doing the fighting. And then when the minute the fucking war was over, Civil War time, the KMT being battered by the war, couldn't fight. They retreated to Taiwan. But yeah, really interesting, very interesting one. But yeah, really interesting, very interesting time. If you're big into like the whole back and beyond kind of shit, dude, China was like the old west, dude. It really was. All sorts of crazy shit was going on there. All nations, all personalities and equipment. It's just like warlords were buying whatever they could get their hands on. So you find yourself, an army with all sorts of shit, all sorts of different countries, equipment and weapons. Adam was telling me that fucking like they would build like the Chinese would make grenades like out of like I think what was it? They were making grenades out of fucking like mud. Right. They had like the explosives, but they didn't have the metal or some shit. So they were like using like these grenades, almost as like like offensive grenades. It's just the concussive force, not the shrapnel like the defensive ones were. And yeah, it was just a fucking desperation, man. They just like whatever they could get their hands on, whatever they could do to slow down or to use, they did. Anything was a go. Then you had like the Chinese were fucking the fighters they weren't you never hear about that dude ever. They had some badass engagements. They had badass combatants. The Dare to Die troops were like just as fanatical as any army. And then and later on in the war, the Chinese, training got better and better, and they were kicking some shit. They own the fucking inlands. Japan did not stray far from the roads and the cities because they'd be eaten up. Hard fight because the Japanese did not treat the Chinese with like any kind of consider them less than human. It's like everybody else, I guess. But yeah, so it was like no quarter pretty much in everything that they did against the Japanese. But yeah, crazy. So we've been up to Mac. You got anything going down? Any projects? Weren't you working on like some Gundam? No, you're working on some Robotech, not too or BattleTech or some shit, weren't you? Not too long ago. I know, nerd. Did you finish your Dark Elves? I think you said you finished those. Can't remember. My brain. It's not that I don't listen, guys. It's just forget. You guys asking for anything cool for Christmas? You guys got anything cool coming down? 3 lances, huh? What compromises a lance? Like 4, 3, 2, 5? I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I am ignorant as hell when it comes to BattleTech. I I played it when it first was at FOSSA, when FOSSA was doing it, but I didn't own any of it, right? So I just played with my buddy, and I didn't own anything or any of the books. I just played. So I always played like the vehicles, like the infantry and the tanks and shit, and the aircraft and stuff. So I was always getting my ass kicked, those mechs. But man, I tell you, you get throw enough tanks against a mech, dude, that thing starts to fall pretty quick. But yeah, I never got into, I never read any of the lore really. I mean, I hear it's huge. I mean, there's a bunch of it. People seem to dig it. Formex is like a platoon, right? A lance is like basically a platoon. Snow, jungle, and desert. Yeah, that's what I do. Snow, jungle, and desert. Yeah, that's what I do. I have like platoons of tanks and different camo. Stupid. Oh, winter blues. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear it, nerd. Desert camo. Yeah. Man. So I'm trying to play out the entire World War II weird World War II war, like World War II, all in its entirety in the weird World War II vein, right? And I'm like going to eventually get like everything, and I'm like thinking of ideas in my World War II timeline, so I don't have to buy, like if I can keep the fucking Germans out of North Africa, I won't have to paint, a fucking tropical, German force. Shit. I played 28 mil, so we're talking 148. But with STLs and stuff, it's no not a problem nowadays. But still, that's a lot of fucking painting. And I am not the greatest. I mean, I'm not a decent painter, but I mean, just hate painting. It's a chore. I really think that. Ugh. And just have the Greeks be successful, or not the Greeks, have the Italians be successful in the Med, so the Germans don't have to fucking intervene. So I don't have to paint any tropical Germans at all. So that's a whole army I don't have to paint. If they're successful, then I won't have to do North Africa Brits, as they'll be out of there. No, anyway, but yeah, I'm a stinker. Justin, what's up, dude? A star, huh? So like, is that because like they have more like technology, or they have more money to have bigger platoons, or is it just some other like just mundane reason why they have more in their platoon? It's so like in World War II, like a typical German platoon would be 5 tanks, right? Americans would be 5. Oh wait, what was Germans 4? No, 5. Americans were 5. Russian Soviets were 3, I believe. I think the Brits were 4, maybe 5. Hell, I can't remember. I can't remember. What's really weird is the Japanese. The Japanese had like 5 or 6 to a platoon, I want to say. But again, fuck my brain. I can't remember. I used to have all that. Remember the Germans had those like pictorial TONEs? I forgot what they called. They had a name for it, but it was like all the equipment and the men were like in these silhouettes on the paper or whatever. Dude, that was awesome. I guess the Flames of War basically stole that like concept for their TONEs in their game. So that kind of comes from that German way of like the pictorial TONE. It's kind of cool. Go shoot zombies in an MMO. Yeah. Yeah, shit, man. I remember me and my daughter would play Left 4 Dead all the time. And man, she got good, dude. She could like highest level, never get hit kind of shit. I'm like, what the fuck? She was awesome at it. Contrast paint, that's cheating, Dungeon Bash or Dungeon Brush. Cheating. Contrast paints are cheating. Better tech and honor crap, yeah. 6 mechs, huh? That's kind of cool. It's space, like jargon. It's a, it's a, it's a mechanized supernova. It's a mechanized cluster unit. When you guys refer to inner sphere, is that like the inner sphere of like the galaxy or like of Earth, of like the solar system? I will not lie. I don't know what I mean. I hear you guys talk about inner sphere. I guess that's the certain clans live in that. Like the a lot of the popular clans are in there. But is that like the inner sphere of like the galaxy or the solar system, or is there some other kind of like size thing? Oh, okay. So are there aliens in BattleTech? So the clans are from deep space. Does BattleTech have aliens? Have they encountered alien life forms? Like a sentient? You would think they'd be find at least like, critters or animals or something. Bugs out there, but not necessarily sentient. No. Because I was about to say, because I don't think I've ever seen like an alien faction for BattleTech. I'm surprised, just out of marketing reasons, they haven't done that yet. Have a whole brand new, alien, design philosophy, so you can have completely different looking mechs now, like biomechs or like crystalline mechs or some shit. That might be that'd be cool. I mean, you guys being BattleTech guys, would that be cool, or would that be kind of ruining the whole kind of thing of BattleTech? There's one, but you don't talk about it, huh? Uh-oh. They had bird people, huh? Human politics. I get you. I mean, I get it. I know folks dig the political rivalries and the factional conflicts that all that stuff plays into. It's pretty cool. Again, man, if I could stay awake to read nowadays, I might read some. You guys have like a link to like just a real like a light summary? I'd read it. Shoot me a link on Discord if you have like just a real light, light read of the BattleTech world universe, so I can be cool like you guys. Because like when you guys are all geeking out about BattleTech, I don't know shit what you're talking about. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, oh yeah, the inner sphere, sure, yeah, the clans, oh yeah, those guys are dicks. So I actually know what the fuck you're talking about. So again, for you guys that are new to it, I've kind of clumped some stuff together that I'm gonna paint for Mini Warmat's his painting challenge. So I'll go ahead and show you a big box full of shit. Let me see if I can get. There we go. There we go. So there's a bunch of Migos in there. There's some superheroes, supervillains. There's some like animals, bears, camels, yaks, werewolves, mimics, some bigger stuff. I thought I'd try some big because last time I did a shit ton of like infantry, like 28 millimeter infantry, and I got all this big stuff for sale, or not for sale, to paint. So I thought I'd give that a try. Do this big stuff. So that'd be cool. Yeah, man, novels. I said light read, Mac. That's like committal. It's like no committal. I've turned into an instant, gratification millennial. I guess I just want. It's like in what is it? Total or the Matrix, where she's like, I need to know how to fly a Huey, and it's like, "Boo." And she's like, let's dance, let's fly that bitch. Comics, okay, I could do a comic. There's got to be a summary of it somewhere, like a couple paragraphs, some pictures. Lots of pictures, preferably with like naked ladies and shit. That'd be even better. Do they have naked ladies in the inner sphere? Because I mean, it is more human. So the clans are the clans like Earth like extremes. Like you have like the fascists, and you got like the old honor, kind of like the Asian kind of honor system, and maybe like the Viking kind of culture or some shit. Sama, okay, is a wiki. Okay, I'll check that out. Mercs. Yeah, I know, Justin. Come on, dude. You're the okay. So like, I'm like one of those. So just imagine this, Justin. I'm one of those bureaucrats, right? That got elected to power, and they're asking you, "What the hell's going on? What do I need to say?" So just pretend it's work. It's like, oh fuck, Brian needs a write up of BattleTech, Innersphere, you know, direct me so when I go in front of the magistrates or whatever you guys call the house of whatever ill repute, I'll say yes. The inner clans are blah 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 blah. I can sound knowledgeable. Oh, okay. Like when you say royals, are you talking Earth royalty, like, or do they kind of just instigated their own? Can you trace back these quote unquote royals to like actual Earth, like Habsburgs and shit like that, or is it just kind of the made up stuff? But made up's cool too. Again, I don't know shit about it. Hard and fast rule. Ah, I gotcha. It's reversed, huh? That's cool. So this year, Justin, I've committed to make some swag, some merch. I think I'm gonna try to kind of do what you and Hungar do. Just kind of mess with it. Once the holidays are up, I'm gonna try to do that. I want to make some like weird World War II like bumper stickers and stickers and shit. You can put all your says "Got weird" or "Keep it weird" or some shit like that. My tagline. I need to copyright that so some chump doesn't steal it. So like my head gets so big in the future. I try to like GW. I try to like copyright the word weird in World War II. WWII. Say, oh, it's part of my IP and you can't have it. Okay. Yes. So Mac, I am committed to finishing up my Battleground Weird World War II this year, this coming up year. And I'll probably just I don't know if it's gonna be like it's not going to be like because listen, I just want to get it in people's hands so you guys play it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily. If you guys want to pay me some money, that's fine. Throw me whatever you think it's worth. But I just want people to play it. And so, and what I want is I want this community to form around it. If you guys like it, I love it. It's crunchy though. It ain't fucking fast, and it ain't a beer pretzel. It's like, nerd. I think you'd like it because it's like, each weapon is kind of unique, and I'm not everyone, but armor pens are different. Like a cannon, like a main gun shoots like different fucking rounds, like HE and AP and APCR and like canister shot maybe, depending on what it was historically. So it isn't just it's a little bit more crunchier. People don't just vanish off the board; their bodies stay there. You can pilfer the dead. You can use captured equipment, all that shit. It's fucking awesome. And there's chemical attacks and nuclear battlefields, and then the weird, you go fucking ape shit. It's awesome. Oh, weird rule. Oh yeah, weird rules. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I know. I'm just joking, Justin. I don't think you can. In fact, it was funny. One of my buddies, who's a lawyer, a few years ago, he's like, Brian, um, have you tried to copyright Weird World War II? I'm like, no, I don't think you can do that. I mean, it's just two fucking words put together. It's weird. In World War II, I don't know if that's. And he's like, well, let me do some research. he's like, yeah, you're probably right. It's kind of funny. He's like, can't hurt. Let me see if you can copy it or something. So he talked to like his copyright, like he's part of a big law firm, and he talked to his copyright lawyer, guy, and he's like, yeah, it's probably not possible. Probably can't copyright that shit. Oh, cool videos. Hey, that's even better, Justin. Good job. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Nice. So I'll be up to. Hopefully by this time next week, I'll be up. Well, shit, Christmas and stuff. I'll get it down so I can be cool. Talk about. Maybe I'll find a cool clan or kingdom or whatever the fuck they're called, country, and make a little BattleTech force. In case I ever run into some of you guys, we can throw down some BattleTech. So, okay, talking about staying in the vein of BattleTech. So, if you could play any version of BattleTech, what would you play? The FASA stuff, the new shit. I know there's like Alpha Strike and Omega Blues and Gamma Llama Game Gun. I don't know the different rule, but what rule system would you play? And I mean, like, if you had all the time in the world, you didn't have to worry about kids, you didn't have to worry about money, you didn't have to worry about time. You just like, it's a game that you could play. What would it be? Would it be the complex one or the easy one, the fast one? 30-25 FASA, huh? Oh, okay, so it's 99% as the first edition battle droids. I don't think I remember battle droids. Now was that City Tech? Because I remember we had one of my buddies had the City Tech book, I think it was, where you can like, you like your infantry were in the cities like on top of the like high rises, and they would jump like. I used to like jet. I used to do this in Adeptus Titanicus too. We used to jump troops would like jump on top of the mech and start putting fucking bombs and shit, killing the pilot and shit. It's fucking awesome. The purple pigeon. Okay, yeah, because I remember Aerotech too. Now that you say that, I remember it was like aircraft because I played the airplanes when we played in the pretty much everything but the mechs. They were like all into the mechs. So it was like, here, Brian, you can play these fuckers. What are these? Oh, those are light infantry. Oh, okay. Well, do I have any? No, they just have rifles, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do with that? Nothing. You're gonna die. I'm gonna have some bazookas or some like rocket missile launchers or some shit. Yeah, you got some of that shit, but you know, it ain't gonna matter. I tell you, when you don't have shit, you get pretty sneaky. That was fun. It was a good time. I just remember the City Tech. If it's the same thing, I'm thinking the City Tech had like some infantry like hiding behind like a corner of a wall or something, and there's like one of the mechs is walking down the street, and I think one of them's got like a missile launcher or something. He's about to swing around and pop that boy. I don't know, but you think about this, guys. Like, if more than likely, I don't know, mechs, giant mechs as a combat. I mean, I know their platforms with shit tons of fucking weapons on it. I get that, but man, you have combined arms. You're never gonna have mech on mech unless it's some like, like boy battle royale, mech versus mech. Whoever wins, takes the solar system or some shit. I guess they had that too, like Robot Jocks. It's like a high stake game of, the Soviets had their super mech and the Americans had the super mech, and whoever won got Canada. Yeah, I remember how fucking I remember the charts in a battle tag, the original, the fossil one. Dude, there was all sorts of little blocks you had to fill in before that fucker took a dive. They were tough as hell. I think the tank had like what, two, one, one block, two block, can't remember. I think they just popped when they got hit. Perusing Colts like I have been the last couple months. I've seen a lot of like mech, battle tech, mechs and cool shit. Man, I just doing this printing stuff. It just makes me think about all these miniature makers now. Ooh, dude, they must be feeling this 3D printer craze because it is awesome, and I could see it really chomping into the miniature, you know, companies. Bottom line, yeah, I remember we had a couple like giant fucking tanks, kind of look like Bane blades. Then they have like giant, like huge, like it was basically a mech cannon on the damn thing. One of the mech like lasers, arc laser. I can't remember what the hell they're called. It was like giant. I wanted to say mechs had shielding too, didn't they? Didn't they have? Didn't they have like shields, like actual like energy shields at one point, or some certain mechs had sort of like an energy shield? Maybe I'm thinking of 40K. Like I know that Adeptus Titanicus, the Titans had like void shields, I think is what they call them, just armor plating. Yeah, I remember the void shields. Like, what was cool about like playing infantry was that the infantry could pass through the void shield, so they could actually land on the Titan and then just start fucking it up. Like they could try to gain access to kill the crew or whatever. That was always my goal, is try to get some fucking assault troops on top of the mech, or the Titan, I guess is what they call them, the Titan, and try to fucking kill the crew within it instead of having to kill the damn machine. Just kill the soft bits inside of it. So that's the max size. Okay, 100 tons. Jesus, it's a big size. It's pretty good. Pretty good size. Oh, why not? I mean, what's with the force? Why can't you use the force field? Is it like dishonorable? It's like you have no honor. You use force fields, bastards. I guess that's kind of the thing, right? It's like the whole mech warrior is like or the whole thing with BattleTech is like just beating the shit out of each other, shooting at each other. The guys I played with, we rarely got into like. I know that they have like close combat abilities too, but they rarely. We pretty much we played a huge like table too, like a massive table. You mean it was all those like, was it the octagon squares or whatever, pentagon squares or whatever they had. I mean, massive like 4x6 of all like those little fucking squares all over it, or those little pieces, terrain pieces. Crazy. These guys were nuts, man. They had tons of shit. I remember Fossa had a huge catalog too, man. I mean, it was fucking massive. All the stuff they had. Because it's lame. Oh, it's not very good. Oh, it's only in tune to a certain weapon. That sucks. The Blake Jihad, you know what I'm talking about? I want to say that maybe this might be 40K too, but I can't remember. I want to say that there was like ejection seats because I remember we played like campaigns, right? And one of the things was like you start losing your pilots. The troop quality of the or like the quality of the mech was like lesser. It was like more like rookies and shit. So like I remember specifically playing like one game. I was like, this guy was like, okay, dude, you gotta go fucking save all my fucking pilots who eject, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, your whole mission is like recovery. So I had like this like I think it was like an ATOL, like almost like a like a little like almost like a helicopter, but it was like vertical lift or whatever. And I just flew around the battlefield picking up his fucking pilots. They fucking jumped out. I saved most of them. Of course, it's like the close com. There's always that one guy who had his close combat unit. He would just run right into that shit. I'm like, yeah, you're dead, dude. You're like, the enemy's in front of you. I mean, there's like, or past you. I can't get to you. You're screwed. You're POW or dead. So how does that work? Let's say you're a merc mech, right? And you get shot out and you get eject and you get captured by the enemy. You just like, I'll fight for you, dude. give, give me some bucks and I'll work with you now. Two fists, 100. Oh boy. Unless you suck. That's true. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, I could see where mercs being, pretty vile to a lot of belligerents. You fight for money. You don't fight for honor. You die. Why give you why give you such, you know, cons- concessions if you are a pig dog? Shit, you guys should play a game of fucking BattleTech. I'd like to watch that. Do a battle report. Somebody. That'd be cool. See you guys screaming and moaning, but fucking take this 100-ton fucking fist to the face. Eject from that, bitch. That's what I love, guys. When, as you can see, like when you see me and Mel play, we love to give each other shit, man. That's the best. Love it. Love that stuff. bondsman. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's true. I mean, hell, they got everything online now, dude. You can do. I want to say someone was talking about. I think was it Shadow talking about using D20 or whatever that thing is. I wonder if they have battle tech for that. Shit, if they do, you guys should do that. That'd be cool. I'd watch it. This is the same fucking green. God, I think I'm using the wrong damn color. Damn it. Don't you hate that? You start. Oh boy, get my book of paint swatches here. Winter uniform base. Rush. Shit, I'm using the wrong fucking color. Damn it. Damn it. Shit. Oh well. Once I do a fucking shade on it, you couldn't even tell. Oh, it's you got eyeball. Well, yeah. I mean, oh, it's kind of like an indentured servitude or some shit. It's like when you pay off double the amount of damage that you caused with your mech, then you can be free or you can fight with us. So how much is a 100-ton super mech cost times 2? Yeah, you're a slave forever. I don't know, but if you have a badass mech, if you have like if you have an elite, mech pilot merc that, I'd probably say, hey, we'll stick you in this mech. If you show good, then we won't kill you, or we'll let you fight for us for money instead of just for food. Is that the fucking right color? Winter uniform, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Who are the mad dogs of BattleTech? Like, no quarter, rape and pillage, eat the babies, steal all the shit you got, burn down everything. Who are those? I know there's got to be somebody out there like that. Almost like the Vikings just come in, like the Raider Vikings, not the settler Vikings. Come in and just fucking pillage, loot, and then DD out. Clan Jade Falcon, huh? They're the baddies. The mongrel strategy, and they murdered everything, lasered fleets. Damn. Sound like jerks. So, okay, so since you're talking about clans and families and shit, I mean, is there still countries? I mean, are these entities within established countries, or are these like their own country type things? It's not like the McGregor clan in the country of Boo Bob or whatever. Oh, okay, you're talking about like whole fucking galaxies under sway of that certain power. Okay, whole worlds and systems. Okay. You're talking massive. So where's mostly fighting taking place on the outer fringes of like the? I mean, you can't have like. I take it you don't have like jump technology, or maybe you do. Maybe there's got to be faster than light somehow. but I mean, it's not like the core system being attacked. It's probably the outer fringes that are the empires are butting up against each other. Okay, okay. I'll watch the video. Can't watch it right now. I'm painting. So who's the major, like the biggest player? I mean, they can't all be on equal footing. There's got to be like one ultra badass group, like clan or country or galaxy or whatever. No number one faction. Okay, so they're all similar in power and is there like religions? Is there like do they fight like with religion? Do they fight just political ideal? They just fight family? It all varies and stuff. Just like anything, people fighting for different reasons under different banners. AT&T is their religion. So like communications is kind of like the Navigators Guild. Everybody likes them. Don't fuck with them because that's how you get around. It's like, yeah, it's all good. Still okay. So like the communication stuff. Does communication also mean like transportation? Confed. I remember that in the '80s when like was it Bell, Southwestern Bell or Bell broke up. I guess they were saying it was like Monopoly or some shit. Is this the right color? Fuck. Gotcha. That's one cool thing I always thought was cool about Dune was the Navigators Guild. How how I mean they weren't neutral. I mean they did shit for their own, but in theory they were neutral after that big kerfluffle that happened, and they were kind of establishing themselves. And what was it? The Padishah Emperor was like, "Look, motherfucker, you promised to just be neutral and just be space jockeys. We're not gonna fucking level you." I think that's what it was. Shit, I can't remember. Oh, the banks. Oh, okay. Is it faster than light travel, or is it like like folding space, or is it like warp drives and shit? I guess I'll watch the video, right? Watch the fucking video, man. yeah, that's probably not a good thing. Faster than light. It's like, oh, ComSat is sorry to inform you that we forgot to install seatbelts in this flight. Goodbye. Faster than light. Destroyed. Destroyed. Oh, so little off topic here since we're talking about Battletech. Me being a big fan of the '80s, they are coming out with Beverly Hills Cop is coming out with like a Netflix like movie. And I watched the trailer; it looked pretty good until I find the details out, and it'd probably be typical Hollywood suck, but it looks pretty good so far. I was always a fan of Axel Foley and the Beverly Hills Cop movies are cool. I saw those all in the theater when I was a kid. Miss those days. Used to go. My mom used to take me to the movies every week. If I had buddies over or whatever, we'd take us all out. We go to the movies and then we go to putt putt. Man, miss that woman. Good times. Woo, miss that woman. Hopefully, you guys have fond memories of your parents, and if they're still alive, good on you. Give them love if they're worth a shit. The older we get, man, you know, start losing all those folks. It's so weird. It's like I'll be watching, you know, oh man, I'm sorry to hear it, Mac. It's it's tough. I've never experienced. My brother's mother-in-law and father-in-law had Alzheimer's, and although I never experienced it at the level that they did, it was rough, man. It was rough on them. It's like, yeah, it's a rough way. And it's hard on the family because it's not them. It's them, but it's not them. And I remember my brother's mother-in-law was living with him for a while till she passed. And she was inappropriate at times, doing things, and just out of her head at times. But you just got to weather with that. Weather all that with, like, it's your loved one. It's they're sick, they're ill, something personal. But again, it's easier said than done, depending on what's being done or said or whatever. But yeah, like one of my favorite actors growing up as a kid was Bruce Willis, and now he's like some sort of like it's like an Alzheimer's, but it's like frontal lobe something or other, and just seeing how he is now is just it's just fuck. It's like this guy, this like tough dude, you know, manly man, just you know, lessened by it. It's tough to see. Oh, dude. So they just, it's kind of like in 40K, they kind of turn off was it the navigator beacon from Earth, and then you're all fucked. Yep. That's some power right there. Who does that, like, is that owned by like a certain like entity, or is it just kind of like is it like a guild or some sort of a conglomeration that owns the shipping? I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. Hey, Diver, what's up, brother? I'm telling you, Diver, that speed painting, that's cheating. You guys are cheating using speed paints. Cheating, cheating, cheating. Next thing you know, there's gonna be a paint out there. You just go magic, and your shit's just painted. Oh, you just can't communicate. Okay, okay. That makes sense. I mean, shit. If you can't make a phone call for a taxi, right, to pick up your army to fly off to Zeta Centauri, then you're pretty much shit out of luck. Does that happen often? Or probably not, but I'm sure there's a part of the story where some clan told them to go fuck themselves, and that's probably not a good idea. That's true. Cheaters with painted armies. Touche, nerd. Touche. You got me on that one. Just like everything in my life, it might be slow, but eventually I do get to it. I do get it done. But hell, with all this painting, this damn printing now, shit, dude. I got so much shit to paint. But I definitely have more money in my fucking pocket. That's for sure. Maybe I should try that speed paint now that I got so much bullshit. I was hoping to get a washing station for Christmas, but shit. When you're a parent, you got 3 kids. You're the last one to get anything. I tuck some money to the side where Mel thinks that we're not going to give each other shit. That woman never goes without anything. We say that every year. It's like, oh, we'll just buy for the kids this year. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm like, Merry Christmas, baby. What you said? I don't give a shit what we said. It's my baby. And it's Christmas. So here's a Christmas gift. Suck it up. Where's mine? Oh, you didn't give me one? Love it. Shadow, what's up, buddy? Mac, you out of here, buddy? All right, man. Well, take it easy, dude. Merry K. Yeah, if we don't hear from you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah, well, okay. So this is the thing. So, nerd, I got a question for you. Okay, so like, let me find the bottle. Hold on a second. Okay, so not having a water cleaning. So these are the bottles that I get, right? These are at HEB. That's kind of like our. I don't know if you guys have HEBs, but it's kind of like the big supermarket chain. So for 2 of these is $5, right? And that's what it's 16 fluid ounces each one, right? So I mean, there's probably each cleaning job I do. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 5 uses out of this thing. 5 print jobs, right? But I just go through a shit ton of that. I mean, do you go through a lot? Like, I mean, I think you told me, nerd, that you buy the fucking alcohol by like the gallon. I need to start doing that shit, dude. Like big time. Because that's what seems to be. Because I mean, the resin's what, $30 for a bottle, right? And I could probably buy 1 bottle, maybe 2 bottles a month, and be good. Like that's all I would probably 1 bottle a month. But man, that alcohol, you just go through it. Yeah, I'm using IPA. That's what that is. It's IPA. It's 99%. It says to use 95% or better, right? But I the only thing I could find is 99. And then there's like 92. I couldn't find a 95 anywhere, but yeah. I've tried to reuse it, but I mean, it just seems to like um, dry out, or like I guess, man, I guess if you got like a some sort of like sieve, like a sieve, like really fine sieve, and sieve that shit, maybe that would work. But I don't know how you would reuse it. Yeah, IPA evaporates like really quick, so Man, I guess does it just settle after time? It just settles. Is 70% good enough? Because it said 95 or better. Yeah, dude. I hear you, Shadow. I hear you, man. I don't know. Again, I'm just kind of, this is all new, and I'm just kind of trying to feel it all out. And I'm just like, man, I know blast though. I'm really having to, finding ways fill the wash bucket and keep it until it stops washing. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I need to get some sort. Well, you need a jar with a gasket lid, and yes, it settles. So I guess shit. I guess just let it settle. Get like a glass jar and let it settle. That makes sense. And then just put it out in the sun and let that shit harden inside the glass jar. Huh. That makes sense. Shit, I didn't even think of that. Like put it all in glass and then just like maybe stick it out in the sun, let that shit cure on the bottom, and pour the alcohol in another jar. That's a lot of fucking work. Shit. I thought you guys could just push a button. Nope. I gotta actually do something. Way to go. I guess that's everything, huh? But that makes sense. Maybe I'll start doing that. Start putting it in some sort of glass and letting it settle and then reuse it. Because I mean, you can't keep using it because it just gets filled with that resin, and you're basically just putting resin back on the fucking model if it's too cloudy. I assume, or at least that's what I've been doing. Hey, Adam's back. What's up, dude? Guys, if you guys go check out Adam's channel, he's Wargaming China. It's pretty sweet. I know a lot of you guys aren't like World War II guys, but still pretty fucking interesting. Justin, you might get a kick out of. You're a big historian, a kind of history dude. He kind of talks about the obscure, or at least in Western culture, about China during the 30s and 40s. It's pretty interesting. A siphon hose. Shit. Shut up. Smarty pants. Smarty pants from the north, the Great White North. Speaking of the Great White North, me and Mel have been watching every morning. We wake up and we watch an episode of SCTV. We found a YouTube channel called Canuck TV, I think Canuck Television or some shit, and they have all the SCTV seasons on it. It's pretty hit or miss, just like any situational comedy. I don't know, man. Fuck Dave Thomas is fucking awesome, and then Dave Thomas, of course, John Candy, and then shit. Flatterly. It's such a weird name. Flatterly. Oh, fuck. That guy's fucking hilarious. But yeah, have a good time. It's it's pretty hit or miss at times though too. Just like Saturday Night Live, like most of that shit. I mean, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in probably 10 fucking 12 years, but even back then it was hit or miss at best. But I enjoy it. I enjoy the Canadian sense of humor. My God, they used oh fuck. Who's the Honey I Shrunk the Kids guy? I don't know why I'm going blank. Anyway, I don't know how many times he plays fucking Woody Allen. I am so sick of Woody Allen fucking skits. Jesus. It's like, stop. Mad TV was pretty good. I enjoyed Mad TV. It's Mr. I don't know. Rick Moranis, that's it. My God, for like, I swear to God, they must 50 fucking skits of him being the neurotic fucking Woody Allen. Jesus. I mean, just throw a picture on the screen of Woody Allen. That's funny enough. We don't have to hear a big skit. I do like old SNL though, like 70s SNL, early 80s, like with the original crew. like the Second City crew. Funny shit. I mean, again, it had its bullshit too. The first year is fucking brutal, man. It is like, I mean, they, of course they're trying shit, trying. It's a whole new thing, but a lot of that stuff just felt like the Muppet stuff. Henson's like skits were just dumb as fuck. The Muppets, I forgot what they're called. The Muppets or Mazmits, or they're like in like some other planet or fucking, I don't know. That was just dumb. And then it was when it like hosted by who the fuck hosted that? It was hosted by it wasn't shit. Again, I'm going fucking blank. Meat. Yeah. I do remember the meat one. Oh shit! I like the one when it's like it's a car commercial about a car suspension, and it has like this they're doing the Hebrew ceremony of like the circumcision, and it's like they're going through like some like Chicago like downtown. There's all these like like potholes and shit. And there's this giant pothole, and then in the car, it's just like you don't see it, and you just hear the kid go, he giggles. And it's like, when you need to do something, for the best suspension, get this or whatever. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, Tales from the Crypt was badass. Tales from the Crypt was just consistently good. I think I mean, even the latter ones, when it's on its waning, it still has some good shit. Did you guys, speaking of HBO shows, Carnival? If any of you guys haven't seen that, you guys need to watch that shit. That was awesome. That was like kind of like it was set in like the 20s, and it was like following this carnival, and there's all this crazy shit, like supernatural shit happening. It's badass. Carnival, really good. It's one of those series that fucking ended abruptly and didn't. Yeah, Master of Horror is pretty good. It has, I mean, they're not like spectacular, but like when I saw Tales from the Crypt, I was like, what, in my early 20s, and it was just, I think, a lot of the nostalgia of all, because I was a big EC fan back in, I didn't collect any because it's so fucking expensive, but I had picked up some, like, like you were talking about, Shadow, some of those hardback books. I had like the, what did I have? I had the war one. What was it? Shit. No, what the fuck was it? Combat or fuck, I can't fight. I can't remember. But I had the combat, the war one. It was basically all Korean War. It was all Korean War stories. And then they had like, was it the Camelot or Lancelot or something? They had a bunch of badass like middle aged like Lancelot stuff. That was pretty sweet. And Aces High, that was a kick ass World War One series of stories. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, but EC was sweet. That's some good shit. Yeah, I it's funny because when I read a lot of that EC stuff, I was a kid, right? So a lot of it, didn't quite understand, or it just didn't hit me as much as. But when I reread it later on in life, it was a lot better. Prince Valiant, that's it. Prince Valiant. I was a huge like the old Flash Gordon like comic strips. Holy fuck, those are phenomenal. Was it not Fleischer? It was Gordon. Shit, I can't remember. Fuck my brain, guys. I am not. My cylinders are not hitting today. Those synapses are stunted. It's all this painting. What am I doing? Well, I know Wood. Yeah, he didn't. Wally Wood wasn't doing the Flash score. This is the guy who did it originally, like in the fucking 20s, 30s. Wood is one of my favorites, dude. He is awesome. He did all the Johnny Quest stuff too, dude. Herculoids and a lot of that '60s Hanna-Barbera took a lot of styles from Wood. Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, Gordon was. Fuck, I can't. Let me look it up real quick. I cannot remember who fucking. Raymond, Alex Raymond. I knew that. God damn it, my brain, guys. Alex Raymond's work is phenomenal. If you guys look up Alex Raymond's work, dude, his Flash Gordon, man, dude, it was just this is like in the 20 or not the 30s, I think. And man, the just the design of like the outfits and the spaceships and stuff are just fucking cool. The Hawkman looked awesome. They pretty much look like the movie, the Flash Gordon movie. Like fucking cool. Flash Gordon movie did pretty good, and like I think pretty close to a lot of it was close to Raymond's designs. That was really cool. I was always a big fan of like Radar Man from the Moon and Commando Cody. I guess that's Commando Cody, Radar Man on the Moon. Those are fucking great. Those are a lot of fun to watch. Those old serials from the like 30s and 40s. There's a lot of that. A lot of that's free on YouTube these days. So look up Spy Smasher. That's a good one. Was it Submarine X1? I think it's a pretty good one. Shadow. Um, all the Sherlock Holmes ones are awesome too. When Razzle Rathbone, Hazel Rath, shit, I can't remember. Rathbone was doing it. Those were awesome. Thunderbirds. Oh shit, man! I tell you, you Brits, or not that you're a Brit, but the Commonwealth love those puppets. That is for sure. All right, good to see you, Diver or Angry Tabletop Nerd. ATN. There you go. Atten. Yeah, Alex Raymond. Yeah. Thunderbirds. Yeah. Tell me you didn't watch the movie? They did with oh shit, what's his face? That live action movie. Oh my god. Actually, to be honest with you, it wasn't shit. It was okay, but it wasn't the puppets. It was not the puppets. Take it easy, Diver. But yeah, I enjoy. What was the submarine one? Like, was it Marina? She was like a mermaid that fell in love with what was it? Captain. It wasn't Captain Scarlet. Oh man, it was the submarine one. Stingray, that's it. Stingray. Oh, that was awesome. I fucking love that one. That was cool because he had like the underwater, like the merman bad guys, and everything was underwater. That was a cool one. I enjoyed that one. It was that whole kind of like Romeo and Juliet. Like she like fell in love with the surface man, and he was in love with her, and they were from different worlds. I'm like, oh shit. It was fucking awesome. Stingray. But yeah, Stingray was cool. And like if we're talking about cool, like, Brit stuff, like UFO was awesome. That was awesome. I'm a huge fan of UFO. And then Space 1999 was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Well, guys, I think I got these fucking Soviet crew done for the most part for tonight. Oh, you never saw UFO? Dude. Let's see if I can find you UFO real quick. You gotta watch UFO. It's good. I mean, like, I thought it was really good. I mean, it's not just like whacked out. 60s weirdness, but it has that. But it's pretty fucking cool. I guess Space 1999 was going to be like the second season for UFO, but I guess for whatever reason they just made it its own thing. So here I found I think this is all of them if you're interested in watching it, guys. UFO. Woo. 7. You know, I haven't seen all the Blake 7. I think I watched like the first 2 and then maybe the very last one. And that's pretty much the whole series. Right? I mean, what's a season in BBC world? Like 6 episodes, 4 episodes a season? Shit. But yeah, give a Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea is a lot of fun. In fact, I found one, you know, because on my blog, I pretty much put anything that's like weird World War II or World War II. But there's I have it right here. There's an episode. It's called Death from the Past. It's basically kind of like a Flying Dutchman episode. Let me grab this. Let you guys check it out. But yeah, they kind of come across like this U-boat that's like ghosting them, and then they pick up a crewman from the past and all this crazy shit. Actually, that one might be actually Nazis. Maybe they found some Nazis or something. I might be thinking of a different one. Actually, this is like a bunch of Nazis like fell asleep and woke up, took over the ship, some shit. So, anyway, it's pretty good. There's a lot of those on YouTube. A lot of Voyage to the Bottom of the Seas on YouTube that are high def now. They're like been remastered and shit. Give those a try. That show's a lot of fun. It's amazing. They did like how many seasons? Like 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons of like just dudes swimming around in a sub. It's like they really fucking stretched that one, but it's good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. Like the Time Tunnel, that was a cool one. Land of the Giants. All those. Wasn't that the guy who did Lost in Space? All those. I can't remember his name. Producer of Lost in Space. My brain is not working again, guys. Irwin Allen, that's it. He did a bunch of those like adventure shows back in the day. Those are cool. Yeah, watch it, man. Check it out. It's good. Again, yeah, Irwin Allen. Yeah, check out all those different tons of different episodes of it on YouTube. I've been watching those actually here and there on YouTube past couple months. They keep popping up in my feed and I've been watching them. But all right, guys, well, I'm gonna call it. It's shit's way past my bedtime. I gotta go to bed, get my beauty sleep. But appreciate everybody coming by. Be sure to back each other up. Everybody go check out Adam's channel, Wargaming China. It's badass. Really get some great insights about a conflict that is rarely talked about in the West, and without bias and historically accurate as possible. It's pretty fucking sweet. Everybody hang out with Shadow and Nerd's Nerd and all you guys. I guess yeah, definitely see you guys tomorrow, some way or another. I will give say hi to Mel for everybody. And if I do not hear from some of you guys before Christmas, I guess Christmas is what? Fucking Monday? Tuesday? What is it? I cannot believe, yeah, Christmas is on Monday. Woo! Crazy, man. I tell you, this year just flew by, guys. And that's bad when you're old, because you need to slow that shit down. Stop speeding up. Let's slow this shit down. But yeah. All right, guys. Whatever you do in this crazy mixed up world, keep it weird. All right, guys. Take it easy.